Hey Hawks fans, welcome back to the Hawks report card. We've got a 52-point win over the Saints to review. Uh, Probably 30,000 people went to Marvel last night, but Hawthorn pretty much from the outset dominated. Pretty tight tussle in the first quarter. Just 3 goals scored in the first entire quarter, but luckily 3 of them were ours and they didn't score one. And then the second quarter opened up a little bit. We scored a few more goals, got another 5 goals. And then obviously that nonsense with the Wizard on the halftime break. But yeah, the first half it was virtually you'd think it would be over. A miraculous comeback was needed by St Kilda. They made a little run in the third quarter, but in the end it was quite a comfortable margin. We held it all the way through the 50-point win. So a lot of players didn't really dominate, but they all played their role. And obviously Jack Gunston was one. He did dominate for the 3 quarters he played. Very unusual step for someone to sit out a whole last quarter while they haven't said he's injured or anything. And then so what Hawthorn did was put Blake Hardwick into the forward line and kick 4 goals in 1 quarter, which is quite a feat in this day and age. And Mitchell Lewis, who spent the whole game up forward, kicked 3 goals. But yeah, the mate and Chol and the Wiz both kicked 2 each as well. But it was great to have Will Day and Gunston back. Obviously, Will Day missing for a large portion of last season and this season. So yeah, he looked like real combative type of game from him. He wasn't going to be skirting around the outs out getting easy ball. He was straight in the middle, tackling hard, getting tackled hard. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have enjoyed that time back there. We definitely enjoyed watching him. The differentials in the stats. We had 40 more disposals, and like the kicks were pretty even. So we had 40 more handballs. We had 12 more inside 50s. We had 8 more tackles, which is good. Especially when we had more possessions and we still had more tackles. And we had 52 uncontested possessions. I think the contested was pretty close. They might have just won that. The hitouts, we won the hitouts as well. Ned Reeves 23, Lloyd Meek 15. But on the flip side, both St Kilda ruckman kicked goals. DeConey kicked 2 and Marshall kicked 1. So pretty even battle. Neither of our guys starred, but they did their job. And our top runners this week, no Dylan Moore, couldn't get 14 Ks. 14.9 for Josh Ward, and Josh Battle getting 14.3. He's a regular in the top couple these days. So yeah, good feat by Josh Ward. Moving on to the first player to review, Mitchell Lewis. You see, they had 13 possessions. It's very unusual. Obviously, we won the handball count, and we're going to see a lot of people with possessions with more handballs than kicks. And Mitchell Lewis, who's a forward, did that as well. So he had his 6 shots at goal, which is pretty good for a forward. Yeah, I reckon he played well. Got that one taken off him. He probably would have kicked that goal in the last quarter. I gave him a 7.
Yeah, I gave him a 6. I reckon he probably could have kicked one of the two earlier points. You know what I mean? But I mean, he played well. He just was a bit sketchy when he'd handball every now and then. But
yeah, and our guest Nikki gave him a 6.5. Mitchell Lewis. John Newcomb. This is 2 weeks in a row. He's refusing to kick it almost at the moment. 25 disposals and only 8 kicks. I mean, if you work your maths, not our strong point either, but that's 17 handballs for Jai. Obviously, got a lot of clearances. He really did a lot of grunt work. You can see only 170 metres gained for a midfielder. His efficiency was right up there, though, 96. But you saw a couple of handballs, especially that one to Massimo was a real classic, the one that Jack Gunston got his second goal on. Real sleight of hand type handball, opened him into the open field, and Massimo finished it off. I still gave him a 7. I thought he was really good. Our guest also gave him a 7.
I gave him a 6.5. I don't think he played bad. I just reckon, as you said, you'd see he'd run and stutter for a bit, and he'd be really questioning what he was doing. But yeah, he still played well, so I gave 6.5.
Yeah, he obviously got that Conor McDonald. He he kicked it to Conor McDonald when he got his goal, and I think he had maybe 2 or 3 handballs in the lead up. So he put 4 possessions in one run of play there. But yeah, we need Jai kicking it more. We need him to get more than 170 metres gained, but still a really good game. Jarman Impey, very quiet for him. You can see that he's a kicker as well, and he's had 24 disposals for 9 kicks. So we're working it out again. He's had 15 handballs. I still think, yeah, he got caught that one time. Looked like he's going to have a flying shot at goal. He got caught holding the ball, but yeah, he didn't do overly. Like 3 marks for him, that's not much. Still nearly got his 300 metres gained. I gave him a 6. I thought that was his real quiet game for him.
Yeah, I gave him a 6.5. Obviously, it's not as much as what he normally does, but I sort of just thought that there was I could see the potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it's a bit quiet, but.
And our guest gave him 6 as well. Hardly noticed him, but yeah, obviously we didn't see him doing them flashy runs with kicks. Nick the Wizard Watson, there's a stat that we don't really do, which is score involvements, but they're virtually saying he's running at 50%. If he gets 20 touches, he's going to have 10 score involvements. And he's just a real live wire. Unfortunately, that's a really big game if you add that goal on after half time. 3 goals instead of 2 is quite big for a small forward, but he got 242 metres gained. I mean, that goal that he did get, where he didn't get tripped, but looked like he did, but he didn't. But how quick he got back up and then just exciting, just banged it through. And even his second goal, he banged it through as well. It was a really good goal. He's like they're trying to use him as a midfielder. I understand, get him in to get clearances, but he's just electric in that forward line. Once that ball hits the ground, everyone is fearful of where he is, and yeah, you can see them at the game live. We only got to sit behind the goals, see him up close twice. Obviously, being at the other end, we didn't get to see him, but he is just electric, and you can see the panic. Everyone's trying to stop him and block him, and yeah, I gave him a 7. 21 disposals for a little guy, a little small forward, is a great game.
Yeah, I gave him a 7 as well. I honestly didn't think he got that many. That's a lot for someone like him.
It's a lot of handballs for him though. Look at that. He's only 13 handballs for he's a kicker as well, but
no, but he just played. I reckon he played really well, so just gave him a 7.
Yeah, the guest gave him a 7.5. It was another great game from the Wiz. James Sicily obviously won the medal for Hawthorn's best player. He got the 600 metres gained, but I didn't rate him. I put him. I think I've put him in my votes, but I still think 300 metres of him bombing it out of the points after the points. I thought his 20 kicks, I think maybe 8 of them from points, and he just bombed at 60 metres to no one. But he did take some marks, especially in the first half. He was really steadying. In the second half, he gave one of them hospital hand passes to get the Saints their first goal. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good game. 33. Anytime you break 33, that's a midfielder's stats. And heard today how many intercept possessions he got. 13. I think that's pretty high as well. So I gave him a 7.5.
Yeah, I gave him a 7. I sort of just didn't rate him as high because I thought there were people that played better. But yeah, I'm not saying he played bad, but yeah, he definitely played really well. Obviously, 33 disposals, 600 meters gained. That's all really good. So yeah, give him a 7.
And our guest gave him a 7.5 as well. Obviously winning the medal. So yeah, Ned Reeves. It's really hard to judge. I mean, he's had 1 kick, so I don't know. It's amazing that people can play a whole game of football and have 1 kick. It's quite remarkable. It's nearly impossible not to get more than 1 kick, but he did it. He got 22 metres gained. He had the 23 hit-outs, but like I said, De Koning kicked 2 goals. Marshall kicked 1, so I think that outweighs Ned's numbers. I went quite low for Ned this week, a 4.5. He obviously did the 4 tackles. Didn't take a mark. For the tallest person in the AFL not to take 1 mark, I think it's quite rare. And our guest gave him a 5.5.
Yeah, so I didn't really rate him on like his like disposals and all that.
His ground ball gets.
I sort of like rated him based off like obviously his ruck work. So he got a 6.5 from me. Yeah, obviously he won the hit out. So yeah.
Yeah, they beat him in the tap work, but obviously I think Marshall and that both had over 10 possessions and took some marks around the ground, and Ned and Lloyd Meek didn't. So clear win for St Kilda. Dylan Moore, here's another one. 20 to disposal, 6 kicks. It's quite rare. It's so weird for Hawthorn players to do this. He didn't hit the scoreboard at all. I mean, he helped set up a couple of the first goals. Obviously, that beautiful little left foot pass for Jack in the first goal of the game. Um, yeah, he sort of, you can see that. No, just 2 tackles. Yeah, it didn't hit the scoreboard, so I gave him 6.
Yeah, I gave him a 6.5. Obviously, being a forward or whatever he is now, I probably expect him to kick a goal or at least like
Have
a
a shot,
point.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Josh Ward had a shot at goal. Dylan didn't.
But yeah, so I mean, obviously it's probably not his best game, but yeah, I gave him a 6.5.
And the guest gave him a 6, same as me. So 2 sixes there. So Conor McDonald, sort of a weird game. I didn't really notice him too much, but he obviously got 26 disposals, 13 kicks, a lot of them little handballs. He hit the scoreboard when he had to, kicked a really good goal after Jai gave him that nice pass. He got an AFL score of 105 with 284 metres gained. So, yeah, it's uh, probably a 7 point something game for him. But I gave him a 6.5 just on a visual thing. I didn't really notice him much. But yeah, they're pretty good stats for a person to have for a midfielder.
I don't understand how you don't notice him. He wears like the brightest boots on the field.
Yeah, well, I didn't see him there.
Um, I gave him a 6. I just reckon he had a bit of like a shaky first half. Obviously, when he kicked the goal, I think he probably just started to like have a bit more like he's just a bit more desperate maybe. But yeah, I gave him a 6. So
Yeah, and I guess gave him a 6.5 as well. Carl Amon. What are we looking at there? 24. He is a kicker, so if he's getting close to half, we know we're in trouble. So he's had 16 kicks. He got his 360 metres gained. He didn't make many mistakes. You can see there he went at 91%. But he played it a lot safer last night. Like he didn't really take it on as much as he usually does. So on that thing, I'm going to give him a 6.5, the same as the guest, 6.5.
yeah, I gave him a 6.5 because I just don't think he performed as well as he normally does. So I'm calling it more of like a drop in his performance. I don't know, but I reckon he took it like the kicks he were taking. Like some of them were like not ones he normally do.
Yeah, he did some sideways, even some backwards for him, which is he's our along with Impey, the designated kicker. They're the one that got to slice their way through, but he sort of took the easy option. But yeah, I mean, anytime you get near 400 metres is pretty good.
Yeah, so I gave him a 6.5.
Yeah. Will, the amazing day. Welcome back, Will. 18 disposals, 9 kicks. So he went half, 50-50, obviously. 3 mark. I still think that tackles is wrong. I think he's had way more. I think he did 2 or 3 in one go. He had his set shot at goal. Obviously, it wasn't even really close. But look at that, 348 metres gained. His efficiency was pretty good, 8.3. He hit Jack Gunston up with a beautiful pass, and then Jack let him down with the goal to get his goal assist. But yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's really good to have him back. You could just see and they got to really watch him. The opposition got to watch him. So me and the guest both gave him a 7.
Yeah, I reckon Will Day played really good. I was gonna give him a 7.5, but I just dropped it down to a 7. To sound more reasonable. But I reckon he played really well. Obviously, the point probably wasn't the best thing, but other than that, he like got caught a couple times, but like he was really just like going for the ball, you know. So yeah, I gave him a 7.
Yeah, he took it on. That's what he's known for, and he's not going to be taking a backward step too often. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he pulls up from that game. See if we can back it up. Blake Hardwick, hardly noticed him in the first 3 quarters, and then next minute, bang, 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 bang. He's got 4 goals, so it's quite amazing. He's still got his 300 metres gained. Sharpshooter. He had 5 shots in the last quarter. He put one on the full. It was a hard shot. It was a very hard shot. So on that, I mean, not many players do that in this day and age. 4 goals in a quarter. I gave him a 7.5. You got to that's virtually half of what the Saints kicked in the last half. So that's a really good game from Blake. Yeah, and the guest gave him a 7 as well.
Yeah, I gave him a 7. I reckon he obviously kicking the 4 goals in the last quarter, but yeah, he didn't even cross my mind in the other 3 quarters. But yeah, obviously the 4 goals. So yeah, I gave him 7.
Massimo D'Ambrosio, 28. Now we know he's a kicker, and for him to have 28 and not have 20 kicks is very unusual. He did do a lot of 1-2s for him, which is trying to open up the play and really use his run, his power to get away from the contest. He still had the 5 marks. He had a really good saving mark back right in the goal square again, like he did a couple of weeks ago. But he nearly got the 600 metres gained. I thought he deserved the medal in not giving my votes away too early. But I thought he, especially early, and that kick to Gunston was just a pearler. And yeah, 7.5 for me from Massimo. Great form. He's in great form. And the guest gave him a 7.5 as well.
Yeah, I gave him a 7.5. I reckon he played really well. He was, especially in the first half, he was very, very sharp. So yeah, I gave him 7.5.
Yeah, he was very pumped up, wasn't he? You could see the reactions further on down the field when something good happened. He was very into it. You could see he meant a lot to him this game. So a really good game by Massimo. Lloyd Meek, we've already spoken about the ruckman. He got his 10 disposals. That's pretty good for Mickey, but 8 handballs. So just the 2 kicks, 138 metres gained. He got 15 knockouts. I don't think he gave away a free kick, Eve, did he? No, I don't think he did this time. So he's obviously starting to get used to that rule in the middle, not going over the line. Hard to judge ruckman. I mean, like I said, they kicked 3 goals there. Ruckman House didn't kick any. So if we go off that, and I think between them, we took 2 marks out, 2 ruckmen. So I'm pretty sure they did more than that. So I'm going to give him a 5, same as the guest.
Yeah, the same as Ned Reeves. I'm judging him on his ruck work. So he got a 6 because he obviously did less than Ned Reeves for the hit outs and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of didn't really notice him around the ground, so I just give him a 6.
Yeah, hard to judge ruckman. Mabior Chol, really good game for a 10 possession game. He was in the action, always hanging around with the Wiz. So he's always near the action when them two are together. 6.5, probably. You look at that, 330 metres gained. Kicked his 2 straight, which is good for him. He got the 2 goals straight. Took the 5 marks. Once he gets a little bit fitter and he can stay a little bit further away from goal, he's actually a very creative player. And if he is 1-on-1, he's pretty hard to stop. And I think 3 times he ran around the man on the mark and really that's why he got his metres gained. He sort of took him on a little bit, which is really good to see. Yeah, and like I said, he just hung around with the Wiz, and they're quite dangerous, both of them, and they know where the goals are. And especially if he can kick straight like that every week, it'll really help. But me and the guests both gave him a 6.5.
Yeah, I gave him a 6.5 as well. I reckon he played really well. I thought he was going to miss that first shot he had, but
through the middle, it wasn't even close to missing.
Yeah, he obviously also did pretty well in the ruck, I think. So yeah, I just gave him a 6.5.
Well, actually, if we are taking the 3 ruckman, him as a ruckman against their 3 ruckman, we only got outscored 2 goals to 3 because Chol got his 2 goals. But Yeah, I didn't even think about that. He did start the second quarter in the ruck, and he did when he went in a couple of times. And here's another one: 10 kicks. This is what we want: 10 disposals, 10 kicks, 5 goals too. He had 7 shots at goal, um, and it's just a show. Like it's so weird for a player not to be nothing wrong with him and just sit out the whole quarter. Just even for rotations, just to sit in the goal square for 10 minutes. He could have kicked 2 more. Um, but yeah, it's great to see him. We hadn't seen him for a couple of weeks, so bang through 5, and the 2 he missed, he's probably kickable for him. So, but you're going to take 5 goals too any day of the week, and I rated him really highly on his first 3 quarters, 7.5. The guest did as well, 7.5.
Yeah, same here. I gave it 7.5. Obviously, kicking 5 goals after being back from whatever his ankle, whatever. So yeah, I reckon he played really well. So 7.5 for me.
Yeah, Cameron Nunn. Going to be interesting with a couple of boys coming back. Maybe if Barras can play next week, someone's got to go out. Not sure whether it's Nunn or Perez who moves on, but he sort of shows enough. Like he didn't look overawed. Had the 17 disposals, which was good. Looked like he was going to get a shot on goal and get his first goal, but it didn't end up happening. He's still got the 160 metres gained. He's just 18, so it's really good to see these young kids. Hopefully, the other Ollie Greaves will get a go soon. But yeah, I gave him a 6, and the guest gave him a 6.5.
Yeah, I gave him a 6. I mean, I don't really know how to judge newer people to the game. So yeah, I just reckon he played well. He probably made a couple of mistakes here and there, but other than that, I reckon he played pretty well. So
yeah, you can see he's going to be a good player, obviously, being our first pick from last year. Josh Weddle spent the whole game in the back line this week, and it's so weird to think that he only had 7 kicks. He dominated down there, and only 4 marks. He's obviously put the 5 tackles on. He put some big tackles on too. They were really good ones. He got a holding the ball. It was a really good tackle by Josh. He's still got the 320. He did a child. He got around the man of the mark at least 2 or 3 times. They know it's coming, but they still can't stop him. But that's why it's so weird. Don't he have 7 kicks? But yeah, I gave him a 6. I could have actually rated him higher, but when I was a bit surprised how many. I thought he was low 20s, but to only have 15, I gave him a 6.5 as the guest did as well.
yeah, I gave him a 6. I just thought, as you said, I thought he got a lot more. So I think when I saw 15, I might have got disappointed a bit.
Evie, you were going to rate him in your top 3.
Yeah. So again, I guess I dropped it down to a 6. Yeah, obviously he's really fast and all that, so I don't really think anything's wrong with him.
Yeah, but we've seen him not make mistakes, but we've seen him not take the game on. But he seems pretty when he's got someone to just play on. He just looked foolproof down there, So maybe with the ball, it only came in 45 times or something last night. So maybe if you get a game where there's 60, you'll find out a bit more about him. But yeah, I think if Barras comes back, he's going to be really one of the attacking backmen. And I'd say he'll be definitely spending the majority of his season down back. And by the way Blake Hardwick's going, I think he'll be spending most of his time forward. So maybe a bit of a switch up that Hawthorn people weren't thinking. But yeah, Josh definitely played well the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I reckon, the last 2 weeks played really well.
Josh Battle, quiet for him. We thought he was going to kick a goal. It was just running straight at us. All he had to do was just kick it to us, and it was a goal. He missed by quite a way. But I'd imagine he would have been thinking, this is my first goal in Hawthorn colours, but damn it, he missed. 370 metres gained. Still, he is running with the ball and kicking it long, but yeah, he only had 9 kicks, and you can see there 2 marks. That's quite low for him. I didn't really notice him, but a couple of them quarters, the ball didn't go down much, so I gave him a 5.5.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to say because they weren't really in the forward half of the first half. They didn't have many shots. So yeah, I gave him a 6 because I don't really know how to. I conversionally mark him off a half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he got beaten when Silvani kicked them goals. I'm not sure. When he was at our end, it looked like Sicily was playing on him, but yeah, Josh Maddle might have crossed paths with him once or twice. He definitely got outmarked by him once, but yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Ward, look at that, 22 disposals, only 9 kicks though, 205 metres gained from 22 possessions, a lot of chipping. I mean, he was quite clean in the middle. He was when everyone was fumbling in that first quarter. He was a bit cleaner. The kicking was a little bit off. Maybe that's why he just started to go by hand. He actually had a relatively easy snap for goal and got a point. I think that's his first score of the year. He's played every game, 12 games, and he's kicked a point. Finally hit the scoreboard. So I'm still going to give him a 7. He got 22. Probably, I could have probably dropped it a little bit, but I just went off face value of him having more kicks and getting more metres gained. But a 7 for me.
Yeah, I was going to give him a 6.5, but I went up 0.5 because of that tap. I don't remember who he tapped it to, but I remember
that was really good.
it led to like a goal. So.
I'm not sure whether that counts as a stat, so maybe that's a.
No, I don't think it does.
So yeah.
So I gave him a 7. I reckon he played decently well. Obviously, not having many kicks, but like.
Yeah, he got his 2 tackles. Cam McKenzie, he did play well, but you can see there the 16 handballs. He actually extracted the ball. It got a couple of clearances when he was really out of position. He sort of stuck his hands in, and the ball stuck in his hands, and off he was gone. And St Kilda looked like a bit bamboozled by how did he get it out of there? But he did really well. He's kicking still. He's finishing going inside 50 is a little bit. Maybe he's taking on a little bit too much, and he should just kick it long. But you can see he tries to lower his eyes and pinpoint people, but it looks a little bit too predictable, and they get chopped off. And even a couple of his kicks were a little bit wobbly, but I still gave him a 7. Like obviously 29 disposal, that's really good for him. And the guest gave him a 7.5 as well.
Yeah, I gave him a 7.5. I reckon he played really well. I reckon he had in that second quarter when he went to kick into the 50, he had that. I don't know what that kick was, like that weird dribbling looking thing.
It didn't spin at all.
Yeah, I reckon that was a bit shifty, but I reckon he played really well. He was always just running around and just
competing.
Yeah.
Jack Ginnivan, bit of a bounce back for him. He's been down a couple of weeks. 21 disposals, which is good. Like that's carrying your way well and truly. He got his goal, hit the scoreboard. Beautiful pass from Chol. He's still got his 230 metres gained. You can see the tackles. Like I said, I think about him earlier in the season. He was the one who, when they were held, he'd be the second man in to really make sure that ball didn't get out. But he sort of stopped doing that for the last couple of weeks, maybe the last month. His tackle numbers are right down. He got the 8 marks. He obviously linked up. I still gave him a quite high. That's high for a midfielder, wingman, forward, 7. And the guest gave him a 7 as well.
Yeah, I gave him a 6.5. I reckon it's probably one of his better games for the past month maybe. So yeah. Obviously he got a goal, which is good for him. Yeah.
Flynn Perez gave away 4 free kicks there. 5? 4 or 5?
4. No, 3. 4.
4. He gave away 3 in the first quarter. So, bit of an unlucky patch for him. It's just so dominant when he played for Boxing. I know it's a different league, but he's so confident when he plays there. Just a different player in the AFL. Obviously, no time to think. And he looks a bit scared to make a mistake. But yeah, just take it on, Flynn, and just get that, get your 15 metres run and then kick it 50 metres. Really get the territory. I gave him a 5. I was really excited when I heard he was a late in, because obviously we watched him play the week before against Williamstown. Even he was so good. And the guest gave him a 5.5.
Yeah, I gave him a 6. I'd actually probably, thinking back, I might give him a 6.5. He gets an extra 0.5 for that smother.
Yeah, it was.
I reckon that was really good. But be so thrilled, the free kicks that went against him.
Yeah, the one that he really ripped in, and unfortunately that guy just had his head down a little bit and getting the ball, but Flynn wasn't taking a backward step, and it was a good free kick to give away. I think it was. Yeah, real combative.
Yeah, well, also reckon he probably shouldn't have passed that to Gunston. He should have just kicked
Yeah,
a goal
that would have been good
himself.
too. Yeah,
But hey,
yeah. But it's always good to help out Jack. Bailey McDonald. Um, you look at that. He only for a backman to only have 6 kicks as well from 15 possessions. You think they're going to bomb it and get it out of there? But this guy doesn't. He will run it. He will run it and take them on with his legs, and obviously handball and do the 1-2 and then kick it. But yeah, he looked up really. I know St Kilda didn't have much pressure. Like they didn't bring the pressure that Adelaide did the week before. But I think he's going to be all right. I think this guy could play on a small forward. And yeah, late in games, he looks like he's got a bit of power in his legs to run that ball out of there. And maybe if he can get his kicking a little bit more, get a bit more confidence and get his kicking a little bit better. But you can see the potential there. I mean, he's been at Hawthorn for a fair few years now and not played many games. So yeah, it'd be really good for him to nail down this spot, like not be out in a week or two. But I think he's probably going to be. But yeah, hopefully, just if he gets another go at it on the MCG and just really take it on next week if he gets a game.
yeah, I gave him a 5. I don't think he played like bad. He might have made a couple of mistakes in like the first half, but I think especially in the second half he started playing really well. Like he more like really well, but like he was like you could tell he was like fast and like he could run like well. So yeah, I gave him a 5.
Yeah. So we're moving on to my top 3. I'm going to give Massimo D'Ambrosio the medal. So I think James should give Massimo the medal. I just think, not bagging James Sicily at all, but I think most of his stats were from points. Like in this metres gained, he just bombed. He was bombing them 60 metres from the goal square, just to no one. And it was just weird that he kept kicking out from the points. I couldn't work it out why they would do that, but yeah, I gave Massimo. I thought, especially early, he set up a couple of really good goals. Really linked up well. Yeah, so I gave him a 3. I gave James Sicily 2. Obviously, when you get 33 possessions, all our other midfielders and that were very even with between 20 and 25. So Sicily stood out with his 33. I'm still giving one vote to Jack Gunston because if you can kick 5 goals in 3 quarters, it's still a good effort. I'm going to same with Blake Hardwick. I didn't even know he was playing, but in the last quarter, bang, 4 goals. You have to get a special mention. So Blake Hardwick for me, special mention.
Yeah, so I gave Cam McKenzie 3 votes. I reckon he played really well. And I gave Jack Gunston 2, obviously, because of the goals. And Massimo 1. And Will Day, special mention. It may be biased, but like I reckon he played really well. So
He played well. Nicky P's top 3, I agreed with the medal. James Sicily, 3. Jack Gunston, 2. Massimo D'Ambrosio with 1. And gave Nick Watson, I mean, we didn't mention him, but obviously with 21 disposals for a small forward. I know he played a lot of time in the midfield this time. But yeah, that's a lot of possessions, 21, and he had the 12 score involvements and kicked 2 himself. That's why that goal they took off him, it just makes a big difference, 3-2, doesn't it? I mean, it's a really good game, 3 goals for a small forward. We expect 2 or 3 goals from him every week now, but he's still setting up so many, and he's just unbelievable speed. Just puts a lot of pressure on the defenders. So next Friday, big MCG. Hopefully, we're just got to pray. I think we've got to pray for a bit of weather, good weather. We want it to be a fast game, I think, against the Bulldogs. We've beaten them at the MCG a couple of times, that big final a couple of years ago. We got them in Adelaide earlier this year. It's quite weird that we're playing them again already. We haven't played so many teams and we're playing them in the second game. But obviously their midfield is just going to be star-studded again against ours, with Bont and little Bont and also Eddie Richards and Tim English back now. So it's going to be quite a competitive game, I'd imagine. I think we might have an extra day or 2 break against them. But yeah, it's going to be a really good game. Get along to the G on a Friday. We should get it. I'd imagine we'd get a good crowd, 65 maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe. Yeah, so we're looking for guests to still join it. We want people to come on and join us to talk about the game. It's mostly positive stuff. We're not going to bag too many players. And yeah, if you can drop in the comments and you can let us know about scores you think we overdid or underdid or what you would have given. But yeah, so if you want to come on and join us for half hour, probably takes you a little bit longer to do the ratings than you think. Because you've got to do 23 players, and you do your votes, and you get to talk about Hawthorn. So it's a good half-hour chat. So message us, and don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. So until next Friday when we get to review, and we're currently sitting third on the ladder, Evie. Third on the ladder, yeah. So hopefully if we can beat the Bulldogs, get into the bye, sitting top 4, that'll be a really good result, I think. A couple of down weeks a week ago, when you sort of lose a bit of confidence, you're always thinking bad, negative things, but then you see a performance like that first half against St Kilda really just killed that game in the first half. So, yeah, like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next game.